any of the cast or the crew or director or whatever comes out within the first week with tweets saying that the fans are racist, the fans are sexist, they're homophobe, they're transphobe, they're misogynist, then I can guarantee you that that is a shitty show or a shitty movie. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Anubis. Welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't uploaded in a while because I was struggling with some health issues. It's not the best still, but I think I can make this video, which I really wanted to make for a really long time. Now, initially I wasn't sure about it because I didn't want a copyright claim, but then I remembered that YouTube just suspended my YouTube partner program, so it doesn't matter what the fuck I do in this video. It would change nothing. I mean, I can fuckity fuck through this video all I want, and it won't change anything. Do you realize how good that freedom feels? But yeah, that being said, as I just told you, YouTube has suspended my partner program, so if you like what I do and if you want to support me, the link to my Patreon is in the description below. Please check it out. We just have one tier. I don't believe in 3 tiers. I don't believe in the third tier having more stuff than the first tier. Well, that and another reason that I could not come up with enough perks to fill 3 tiers, so I just went with 1 tier, but mostly because I genuinely don't like the 3-tier system. If you become a patron, there would be you'll be able to join the Discord server where you can talk to me directly. There would be live streams. You can ask me whatever you want. You can ask me to do whatever you want, except any OnlyFans kind of shit. Look, I'm well aware of the fact that I'm no OnlyFans model. I know that. That being said, I would still try to entertain you on the live streams, I hope. Anyways, let's just move on to the video. So, I'm sure you have seen the title. And yeah, contrary to popular belief, I do genuinely think that the failure of this movie was the fault of men. All the men in this movie just help it bomb so bad. Oh wait, you thought I was talking about the men in the world? Oh fuck no, we got nothing to do with it. It's not on us, it's the men in the movie. We'll be looking at 4 examples here. I genuinely really wanted to talk about it. That's the only reason I'm making this video. It's not a statement. It's not a propaganda. It's not the fucking manifesto of Hitler or any shit like that. The decision making in this movie was so stupid. I'm not even going to talk about Elizabeth Banks' interview. She said that movies with female leads don't do well because of men. Sweetheart, if that was the case, you wouldn't be making the remake of Charlie's Angels because the first 2 wouldn't be a success. And nobody told her that. It just blows my mind. But we won't be talking about that. There are so many things that were wrong in that interview, but we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to strictly talk about the movie and the movie alone. And some scenes that are just pure gold. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So yeah, we begin the movie. This is the first scene, and this is the only scene that we'll be playing because I don't want to torture you. I don't know if you like the movie or not, but I'm just going by how I feel about the movie, and yeah, I wouldn't want you to sit through it because I care about you. Anyways, so this is the first scene, and this was when I started watching the movie, and I'll tell you the exact moment and the exact reaction I had in the very next scene. Let's just start.
I think women can do anything.
Well, I mean, just because they can doesn't mean they should, right? Think about women fixing cars, driving a taxi, installing some drywall.
Why not?
No.
Nobody, no guy I know or me has ever said shit like, oh yeah, no, this job, you're a girl, you shouldn't do that. Like if I was living with my girlfriend and she wanted to fucking install the screen door, knock yourself out, babe. Do it. I wouldn't say a word. The moment she says I want to install the screen door, I am fucking turning on my Xbox.
Look, trust me, a girl like you don't really want this.
A girl like me?
We'll talk about the dude later. This is the first man that helped bomb this movie, okay? But first, when I started watching this movie, this was the first scene, and I was like, oh, wow. So the first scene and the main lead in this movie is the greatest actress of her generation. A woman who has the emotional range of a fucking cactus. Like, you don't know if Kristen Stewart's horny, angry, sleepy, hungry. Like, you don't know. She's such an act. Like, if she's standing in front of you, you genuinely would not be able to guess if she's gonna shoot you or help you shoot your load. I'm not even kidding. That's the emotional range this woman has. But I just watched one franchise of her, and I might be mistaken. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a chance. Let's just see how she does in this movie. So I kept playing, and then this fucking dude started talking.
I mean, I want all my options available so I can decide for myself.
Ah, Miss Independent.
That's right. It's me.
I love it. Come here. Oh. Except,
Oh my god, I'm uncomfortable. Fucking uncomfortable. My dude, I don't know if you're trying to be creepy on purpose or that's how this fucking scene's written. I don't know what the fuck he picked. Come here. Let me just slowly put in your mouth while you suck on my fingers. Even when you don't know if I washed my hands after fucking shitting bricks in the toilet. This is the exact reaction I had back then. When I first saw it, I was genuinely uncomfortable. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But this is not the worst part. The worst part is what happens next and what he says next.
you're sitting here eating my food, enjoying my view.
By choice.
No, I chose you to join me.
Okay. I don't know the gender of the person who wrote this scene. I'm not gonna assume it, because that's not cool. But whoever it is has never been on a fucking date in their life. Nobody talks like that. You were here enjoying my food, watching my view, breathing my fucking oxygen. I get it, okay, I get it. The whole point of this movie was men bad, women good. I get that. But like, can you be a little subtle about it? That's just... So yeah, this is what I mean when I said that this movie bombed because of the men in the movie. Because these men, I get it, you're trying them to be fictional assholes, but God, you tried so fucking hard. I don't have a critique here. I don't know what to fucking say. This is stupid. Nobody talks like that.
I chose to make you notice me.
That is not your choice, Sabina. That is God's gift to you.
Gosh. But don't you think it's sort of what you do with those gifts?
I'm done. I'm done. I can't. I watched this movie, okay? I watched it. And this is the exact expressions I watched it with the first time. I was like, nothing's changed here. This is exactly how it was back then. I don't remember the last time I watched a movie, the first fucking 30 seconds of a movie, and I cringed so bad. I get it what you're trying to do. You want men to be assholes. I totally get it, okay? Nothing wrong with that. You don't like men, you don't have to like men. You don't like me, because I'm a man. You can hate me all you want, okay? That is your choice. And you should be allowed to write whatever you want to write based on that choice or based on that mentality or based on your beliefs. Whatever it is, you should be allowed to do that. But still, just put some thought in it. Like, just think about it a bit. Like, okay, is this going too far? I'm not even kidding. The first time when I watched this movie, this was the point where I was like, okay, I'm done. I couldn't watch it anymore. The only reason I went back to this movie is because for this video. Because I wanted to make this video and highlight some of the amazing things that happened in this movie. Is the only reason I watched it the second time, because this was when I was out of the movie completely. So then we move on to the next scene that I want to talk about. Like I said, I promised you, I'm just going to talk about 4 particular scenes slash things that happen in this movie. The second one is the security guy. If you watched the movie, you know the guy I'm talking about, who was mean to the one on the left, Jasmine. He was mean to her. Now, I get it why they did it. I totally get that, okay? But he's a guy, so he's mean. But there were so many ways they could have written that character. For example, they went to the same college. He dropped out. She didn't. She works in this huge ass building and he's the security guard there. But I do get it why they wouldn't want to go that route, because that would still make him human and give him some points for sympathy. And they don't want to do that because he's a man. He has to be bad. So they could have done the simplest thing, like they dated in college, he cheated on her, she broke up with him, and now he hates her for breaking up with him when he cheated on her. In that scenario, the security guy, is still an asshole, but with the reason. Because what they did is the laziest writing I've ever seen in my life. They just went, oh yeah, he's mean to her because he was born with a penis between his legs. Like, come on, try a little. Then we come on to the next point, which is like mid movie, where we learn that Elizabeth Banks' character is the baddie. Now, if you have been watching this movie even with 10% of concentration, you immediately know in that moment that that was bullshit. There was no way someone with an ego as big as Elizabeth Banks was gonna make herself look the baddie. She fucking, if she could, she would have written herself as the second coming of Jesus Christ in that movie. Every single person saw through that twist because they tried so hard to get a point across that men, as long as they're not literal simps, are evil. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. So Elizabeth Banks tried to make herself look the baddie, but like I said, if you've been paying even the slightest of attention from the start of the movie, you know that was bullshit. And the guy who was gonna be the baddie, who's the villain, was gonna be a white guy. Now, I'm not white. I've said it like fucking 100 times in my videos. I'm not white, but even I'm done with this shit. Give them a fucking break, okay? Just give them a fucking break. That brings me to the last point, the villain of the movie. They chose Sir Patrick Stewart. They fucking chose the biggest baby face in Hollywood to play an evil, conniving villain. Have you ever met Sir Patrick Stewart? Have you ever talked to him? No, but I haven't talked to him, but I've heard him talk. I've seen Graham Norton so many times. I know how he talks. Sir Patrick Stewart is not a Bond villain. Sir Patrick Stewart is the grandpa you want to visit every summer. That's who he is. I mean, you could have gone with John Travolta. You could have gone with Jeff Bridges. Hell, if you wanted to go British and bald, you could have gone with Jason Statham. He would have been a better fit than Sir Patrick Stewart, man. That guy talks like my grandpa used to talk to me. He actually talks like that. He's the sweetest old guy. And you fucking... What was going on in their heads is beyond me. Okay, now that being said, that brings me back to the point. Why do I think that this movie failed because of the men in the movie? Because the men in the movie are so poorly portrayed. It was just like, what the actual fuck is happening here? Let me put it this way. The start of the movie, the very start of the movie, as soon as that guy opened his mouth, I was done with the movie. Kristen Stewart was on the screen. And what made me end it was the guy. Do you know how bad that guy has to be? That's sitting opposite of Kristen Stewart. I still was okay watching Kristen Stewart, but as soon as he started speaking, I was done. That moment made me so uncomfortable. Like, nobody talks like that. The first fucking scene in this movie with the guy was so fucking forced that I was like, yeah, I can't continue this. And this is what I mean when I say that the men in this movie are the reason why this movie failed. If they would have toned it a bit down and given them some sort of purpose, you want to make him look like a douche, do it. But that being said, you want to make him look like an asshole, there are other ways of doing that. Just point out his privileges, just point out him shouting at the staff that's serving the food. All that would drive home the point that he's an asshole, rather than just giving him this stupid ass dialogues that you're eating my food, watching my view, and breathing my oxygen. Really? Just put in some effort. Because the guys in this movie, all the men in this movie were written so badly, that was the reason people didn't even feel like finishing this movie. And I'm not talking about just men, because if all the women in this world would have watched this movie, it would have been a raging success. But you know, the problem is most of the women in the world are close to their fathers, their brothers, or their sons. It's a bit hard to convey that message to someone who is so close to her dad or her son or her brother that men are just evil beings. It is a bit hard. Like my mom, I was so close to my mom that I still struggle to function properly. And if you would have told her that I am like that dude, she would have thrown something in your face. I'm not a perfect dude. I'm not good or whatever. I get that. I am full of flaws. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm a fucking walking flaw. But you can't say that in front of my mother. Just because you or Miss Elizabeth Banks or whoever wrote this script are not close to any of the men in their family doesn't mean everybody else in the world are not close to any of the men in their families. So that's what the thing is. You want to make those guys look like assholes? Do it. Like I said, you totally have the freedom to do that, and you should do that. But make it a bit believable and not just like, oh yeah, he has penis between his legs, hence he's evil. Like, I wouldn't have cringed through the first scene if the guy was just an asshole shouting at the staff, fucking saying things like, oh, I have a Bugatti. Basically Andrew Tate, okay? If it was Andrew Tate, I still would have not liked them, but I wouldn't fucking cringe. And then we come to another problem. We've talked about the men in the movie. Now we're going to talk about the three women in the movie. They're basically the same. They're basically the same. It's not like one is a grifter, the other one's a fighter, and the third one is a brain. No, they're all grifters, they're all fighters, and they're all brains. When you have three characters that are exactly the same with the same strengths, there is no depth in any of them left. So when all the three characters have the same fucking strengths, then it's just boring. You can just have one of them in the movie and it will still be the same, because none of them stand on their own. None of them are unique. They all do the same thing as the other one. Honestly, you could have just put one there and you would have gotten away with it. I'm not even kidding when I tell you that it was really hard for me to sit through this movie. I was not able to do that. And when you have made a movie where the audience cannot get through it, and it's not because of my male ego or whatever the fuck you think it is. It's just because it was so stupid and cringy. That's the reason why. I do not mind them making men evil. Do it all you want. Fucking write a full cast of evil motherfuckers. I do not care about that as long as they're written properly. I'll give you an example. Like, people start talking about sexism, fans being sexist or racist. Like, the thing that I have learned in the past few months is, if a show or a movie comes on, you just wait for a week, and if in that week nobody comes out from the cast saying anything like the fans are racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobes, or whatever, then you should go ahead and watch it, because it's going to be a good show or a good movie. But if any of the cast or the crew or director or whatever comes out within the first week with tweets saying that the fans are racist, the fans are sexist, they're homophobe, they're transphobe, they're misogynist, then I can guarantee you that that is a shitty show or a shitty movie. But that being said, I guess you did understand where I was coming from when I said that the men in the movie are the reason why the movie failed. But do let me know in the comments if you agree with me, or do let me know if this was a stupid video and you did not enjoy it. But if you did, then please let me know that as well, and drop a like. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, how have you been? I missed you so much. And yeah, like I said, YouTube has removed me from the partner program. So if you want to support me, please go and check the Patreon. It'll mean a lot to me. But that'll be it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care all, and I love you. Bye-bye.